So in the first part of a three-part series on the miracle at Manchester, enormous comeback for the LA Kings in that game, 3 against the Oilers. Now, what happened, just to break it down, if you missed the first part, the Oilers had built a 5-0 lead in Game 3 at the LA Forum. The Kings were being made fun of at the end of the second period, and the Kings said to themselves, well, let's just go out and play one game at a time. Now, early in the third period, with both teams had 4 skaters per side, the Kings gained possession of the puck in the neutral zone and tried an attack on the Oilers net. The Kings had a 2-on-1 with Dion and Larry Murphy, but Dion's setup was missed by Murphy, and the puck went towards the right wing boards. The Kings were then able to regain control of the puck and tried to set up another attack in the Oilers zone when Dion again obtained possession of the puck at the right point. He sent a pass toward the left wing, where the puck ricocheted softly off the boards and onto the stick of the very talented Jay Wells. Wells skated in from the left point, noticed Taylor was obstructing the sight line of goalie Grant Fuhrer, and took a shot from 30 feet out that went through the legs of Taylor into the right side of the net, past Fuhrer at 2:36 to make it 5-1. Now, less than 2 minutes later, the Kings won another power play as the Oilers were in the box again. The Kings won the face-off and sent the puck back to Hardy, who threw a shot to the net from the left point. Fuhrer made the save, but the rebound went directly in front of the net towards Oilers defenseman Kevin Lowe, but he missed possession of the puck, but it was caught between his skates, and Lowe couldn't stop it. Now, Kings forward Doug Smith saw the puck, however, quickly stepped towards Lowe, reached behind defender's skates, and took a shot that went directly under a crossbar and into the Oilers net. Now, this made it 5-2. Now, both teams were again playing at 4 skaters per side when the Oilers went to gain possession of the puck behind their own net. The attempted Oilers clearing pass, however, was intercepted on the right wing by Kings forward Dean Hopkins, who took a stride forward and passed to Charlie Simmer. Simmer skated around an Oilers defender, then cut back toward the net. While falling down, Simmer tried to jam the puck in the right side of the net, but Fuhrer's left foot blocked the puck. Oilers defenseman Randy Gregg, however, skating into the play and trying to use his stick to tie up the stick of Simmer, inadvertently hit Fuhrer's leg. He was knocked back enough to allow the puck to slide over the goal line, and the goal counted. The fans were starting to go crazy. It got the crowd really back in the game and made the Kings believe they could actually pull the game out. Now, they're down by 2. But this is what happens. He played pretty well even for the next few minutes. But in 5 minutes to play, of all people, veteran Oilers forward Gary Unger, who was a very clean player, and had played the previous season with the Kings, brought his stick blade up into the face of Captain Dave Lewis behind the Kings' net. Lewis's face was cut, so Unger was assessed an automatic 5-minute major penalty for high sticking. Since Lewis was also penalized 2 minutes for a roughing in ensuing moments following the high stick, both teams would be 4 skaters per side for 2 minutes until the 3-minute power play would kick in. Now, during the 4-on-4 situation, Kings forward Steve Bozek gained possession of the puck at center ice, skated to the Oilers zone on the left wing, then quickly moved to his right toward the center. He then dropped a pass back to Hardy, who was behind Bozek, and skated the opposite way toward the left wing. The crisscross put the Oilers out of position for a split second, and Hardy used a small window of time to cut past Gretzky and take a wrist shot back against the grain towards the right side of the net. Now, Fuhrer, surprised at a quick shot, tried to slide to his left to keep the puck out, but was unsuccessful. The puck was in the net, and the Kings crowd went wild yet again, and the Kings were now trailing 5-4. Now, soon after the Hardy goal, the Kings' 3-minute power play began. Now, there was an anxious moment for the Kings as Oilers forward Pat Hughes gained a loose puck at center ice and had a clean breakaway. Hughes skated in alone on King goalie Lassard and took a low shot, but Lassard was able to block it. Now, there was a small rebound for Pat, but by the time Hughes regained the puck, he was too close to Mario and didn't have time to shoot. All the Hughes could do was knock the puck into Lassard's weighted glove, and Lassard covered the puck to stop play. Now, the Kings had major trouble setting up the puck in the Oilers zone on a major power play, and game time was dwindling away. When play was stopped with 1:37 left, Perry changed goaltenders for the Kings, bringing on Doug Keens to replace Lassard. Now, under NHL rules at the time, the game was suspended for several minutes while Keens took practice shots from his teammates, giving the power play unit time to rest. At the next whistle, with 1:14 remaining, Lassard returned to net without a warm-up. Finally, with a minute left, the Kings pulled aside for an extra attacker to give them a two-skater advantage over the Oilers. Now, with 45 seconds to go, Dion gained clear possession of the puck to the right of the Oiler net. He stick-handled for about 25 seconds, looking for an open lane to pass or shoot. At last, Dion set the puck to Simmer and headed to the front of the net. Simmer sent Dion a return pass, and Dion took a quick wrist shot on net, but a shot was kicked aside by Fuhr. The rebound slid over to the right wing boards, where Gretzky trying to go and gain control of it. However, Jim Fox quickly moved in to harass Gretzky, frantically waving his stick along the ice to knock the puck away and moving his body between Gretzky and the puck to gain control. Now, in the last 10 seconds, Fox sent the puck to Hardy, who was far away from the net, but was positioned in the center of the Oilers zone. He took the pass and sent a shot towards the net. Fuhr made the save, but could not control the rebound, and the puck squirted in front of the net. The Oilers were doing their best to contain Dion, and he kept him away from the loose puck. Unfortunately for the Oilers, Kings left wing Bozak had drifted from his normal position and was moving forward in the front of the net. The Oilers, now being 2 men short, 6-on-4, were not positioned to defend Bozak, and watching the horrors, the puck slid perfectly towards the Kings' rookie stick. Bozak immediately took a quick backhand shot towards the net. Fuhr didn't have enough time to react and adjust his position, and the puck went in. With only 5 seconds to go, the Kings had completed a historic comeback. The fans were crazy, the announcers were crazy, but the game was not crazy. It was tied 5-5. Now the Kings crowd went electric at the scoring of the tying goal, as the roar from the stands would continue for upwards of 5 minutes. The Kings on the ice formed a joyous group around Bozak, all of them tired and ecstatic. The Oilers players on the ice, however, were in disbelief and lying down on the ice. Fuhr had dropped to one knee and hung his head in disappointment. All that was left of regulation time was a face-off at center ice. The last 5 seconds quickly elapsed, and the teams headed to their respective locker rooms to prepare for the second consecutive overtime game in the series. Now, part 3 of our podcast, we'll talk about what exactly transpired in overtime, and I still can't believe it. Stay tuned for part 3.